Hey, Crystal. Hey, Crystal. Let me ask you something. Would you rather have a threesome with two girls and Rob, or two guys and Rob, or me and Garcelle, two girls, two guys, and Rob, or Garcelle and I are in an Uber and we're on our way over? Would you have a threesome with me, Garcelle, an Uber driver, and Rob? Or would you have a threesome with three girls and a guy? What? Hey, Garcelle, go pee on the new girl. Crystal, I have a question. Crystal, I have a question for you. Would you rather have a threesome with a new girl and Kyle and Rob, or three girls, an alligator, a chicken in an Uber, and Rob? Would you do it? Hi everybody, it's me, Jill, and welcome to Jill Informed. This is the recap of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Season 12, Episode 7, Ship-Faced. You guys, this was such a funny episode, and I've got a ton of notes on it, so I really do want to get right to it, but I have one quick thing I want to talk to you guys about. Those of you who watched my New Jersey recaps, you guys are going to be the ones that get this, but our realtor, Evan Whaley from the Whaley Group, if you're in the market for a house buying or selling in the upstate area, please call Evan Whaley. He's great. He really is great. So he's got this monthly newsletter that he sends out to all his clients. It includes some personal updates for his family. It also lets people know what the market's doing right now. But in addition to that, he talks about current events that are happening in the area, new stores, restaurants. And so I'm just going to read this one to you guys about a new restaurant that's opening up. Jersey Bagel Brothers is the upstate's newest bagel joint. Located at 1340 North Pleasantburg Drive, it opened a few weeks ago, and lines in the morning are literally out the door. They serve real New Jersey bagels, breakfast sandwiches, and Taylor ham. Oh my God, you guys. I almost died when I saw that. First of all, if you guys remember, I didn't even know what Taylor ham was. And now there's a word for that, where you just learn something and now you see it everywhere. I can't remember, but anyway, that's happening to me with Taylor ham. You guys have to know that the second I read that, I could not wait to share it with you guys. All right, enough of that. Let's get ship-faced. Okay, so we are still in Mexico in either Punta Mita or Punta de Mita, because I've seen it both ways now. And I guess we're picking up at that same dinner that we left off with last week. But now it's a few hours later. It's 11:10 p.m. and Erica walks into Crystal's room. Who ordered the stripper? I'm here. Oh, no, correction. It's actually Diana's room. Oh, wrong again. It's Diana's presidential suite. Of course it is. Crystal was there too. That's why I got confused. So I guess Diana had invited all the ladies back to her room for a nightcap. That's what everybody needs, more alcohol. Then we see Sutton and Kyle walk in, and Diana's not thrilled to see that Sutton is there. But, she did invite everybody. Crystal is the acting bartender again. Dorit is at the bar accusing Crystal of being stingy with alcohol. And some of the ladies are sitting at a table. It's Sutton, Erica right next to Sutton, which is funny. Kyle and Diana, I think it's just the four of them sitting at this table. And Sutton starts to say that her ex-husband wanted a boogie board. They must have been talking about the ladies and their surfing lesson, probably how none of them could even get up on the board. So Sutton says that her ex-husband wanted a boogie board. And she's like, and I just watched him eat it. Erica goes, is he remarried? I'm not asking for myself. I'm just wondering. And they all kind of laugh. And then Kyle asks Diana if she is friends with her ex. And Diana said, oh, real good, yes. Erica, is he remarried? Erica. Diana goes, and divorced, yeah. Then we see a headline that reads, Scottish tycoon gives up half his fortune in happiest divorce ever. Then Kyle tells us that her ex-husband never remarried, and she feels so bad about that. Oh my God, Kyle. You would love to think that this man thought to himself, I will never find anyone as good as Kyle. And, 40 years later, he's still pining away for her. Not 40. That was shady. Kyle goes on to say, I really loved him and we have a beautiful daughter together. I keep forgetting that Mauricio is not Farrah's father. Anyway, she's like, we have a beautiful daughter together and I was just too young to be married. Then we see an old photograph of her ex-husband and, some woman that vaguely looks like Kyle holding Farrah. Anyway, Sutton, was kind of having a private conversation with Erica. And she said, my ex-husband was a good person, but I just needed to get out from under his thumb. And Erica goes, of course. So I know, what is with these two? All chummy. Maybe Erica really will help Sutton pass the bar. Sutton's like, do you know how long that's going to take me? Forever. Erica goes, that's like if I were to look at my losses. And I was going to say, am I ever going to get out from underneath all that? And I say, never. At the end of the day, it's not for me to I didn't do it. Sutton, do you feel any responsibility? Erica, no. Sutton, you don't? Oh my God, Sutton. She really isn't afraid of Erica. If it were me, I would just be like, ooh, we're getting along. Let's just tread lightly here. So anyway, Erica says, does a doctor's wife feel responsibility for his patients? And Sutton takes a long pause and she goes, interesting point. In Erica's confessional, she said, I wish Sutton and I could have more talks like this, where, it's just a back and forth. So before it goes off the rails, thankfully, Erica calls it a night. I guess they have a big boat trip tomorrow. Sutton, Diana, I promise not to yell on the boat. And she laughs, everyone kind of laughs, and then Sutton goes, unless someone's going overboard. Diana, that is a good one. Then Sutton says to Erica, if you get stung by a jellyfish, I will TT on you. Erica, I want all 7 of you to pee on me if I get stung by a jellyfish. Wait, this isn't drunk Erica. Oh, you guys, duh, I just figured it out. This is Lexapro Erica. No wonder she's chill. It's taking me like a hot second, but I'm starting to figure out the different Ericas. Okay, so it's 8:40 the next morning, and we see Rinna out on her balcony having breakfast by herself. Oh, you guys, I just realized she wasn't there. Neither was Garcelle. Neither of them went to Diana's the night before, which is interesting because, no offense, Rinna looks like she had a hard night of drinking. Either that or she was wrestling a bear last night. Then we see her walk to the edge of the balcony and look at all the birds and say, hi, Lois. Weird and sweet. Now we check in with all the other ladies as they are getting ready for the big yacht trip. Side note, if anyone's wondering how rich Sutton is, she's paying someone now to roll her face. Doesn't even roll her own face anymore. So Sutton is telling her makeup person, you know how sometimes if you're a mother, sometimes you can lash out at your children and yell at them accidentally. I did that with Diana last night. And the girl's like, were you able to talk to her? And she said, oh yeah, I apologized, but it seems like all I do lately is apologize to these people. Okay, so now we're down by the pool with Kyle, Rinna, and Dorit. Kyle and Dorit are filling Rinna in about the night before, at Diana's. And they're like, yeah, things got a little strange. Kyle goes, oh my God, Sutton and Erica, they were talking and sharing stories. Rinna, what? That's great. Kyle goes, they looked like 2 best friends. Then in another outdoor area, we have Garcelle, Sutton, and Crystal. And they're telling Garcelle about the previous night in Diana's room. And Crystal's like, you were very talkative with, and Sutton goes, Erica. Yeah. Garcelle, oh. And Crystal goes, they were like the Bobbsey twins, her and Erica. And Sutton goes, well, I wouldn't say the Bobbsey twins. They all seem to have the same belief that Erica on her meds never stops talking. Like, oh, now that I'm on my meds, I'm having a good time. I like Lexapro Erica. Anyway, Garcelle said something like, nothing's been settled yet with her case. And Crystal goes, correct. Sutton, that's right. So Sutton just said that, she and Erica have a lot to talk about before they, get to a good place. She goes, I need to know why she said she hated me and why she called me a very bad word. Garcelle, well, I think you know why. Yeah, I think we all know why. Sutton goes, because I called her a liar. And Garcelle goes, yeah. Crystal, by the way, you called me a liar too, and I'm not. Oh, yeah, that's right. Garcelle goes, well, no one wants to be called a liar. Crystal goes, well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not going to attack you like that. I just held on to it. It's a hurt, And Sutton goes, it is a hurtful thing. But I thought that last night you and Crystal goes, we did. I'm just saying. Sutton goes, so when you do that, we go backwards. Now we cut back to Rinna, Kyle, and Dorit. And they're kind of talking about Sutton and Crystal, too. Dorit said, with Sutton and Crystal, it feels like it should move past now. Rinna, let me ask you a question. With Crystal, do you think that she realizes she's playing the victim? Or is it a mechanism that she's used in her life to get where she is today? Dorit, I think it's second nature. She's been doing it and she's gotten away with it. Well, how interesting that Rinna is going along with that narrative now. The Crystal plays a victim narrative. Pretty sure she wasn't doing that when she and Erica were double teaming Crystal the day before. She's coming after you. Yeah, she is. She's coming after you. She'll never stop. Personally, I'm not convinced that Crystal is doing this, the not defending herself. I'm not sure she's doing that as a manipulation, at least not a conscious one. It's a mechanism, but I think it's more of like a coping mechanism. Remember, she's talked about her childhood. She's been ostracized, made fun of, and she didn't want to be different. And then the eating disorder that everything created. I just wonder if when, confrontation and conflict get to be like too much or coming at her from more than one person, that she doesn't just kind of shut down. That body language where she's kind of closing in, she stops talking, she stops defending herself, like as a child where she didn't want anyone to notice her. It's that same kind of body language. You make yourself small so that you're not noticed. The focus can go somewhere else, However, if you don't like conflict and confrontation, maybe don't say something that brings a lot of attention your way. Like Sutton said something very dark. You kind of knew that wasn't just going to be the end of it, right? But also, even though I'm saying that I'm not necessarily sure that she's presenting herself as a victim, as like a conscious manipulation, even though I'm saying that, do not think that I'm defending the fact that she casually, vaguely implies that Sutton said something racist and then refuses to say what it is. Lets it hang out there. That was, I don't know. It's bad. It's bad for you, Sutton. It really is. It really is. Dude, you said that on TV. And even if 100 people know that that's, BS, she doesn't really have anything on Sutton, I promise you there are also 100 people that now think that Sutton is racist. And we don't know what she said. The only thing I'm going to keep saying over and over again about this is two things don't go together. Very dark and Crystal forgiving her and still being friends with her. It can't be both. It either was, a stupid microaggression that Crystal pointed it out and now forgives her because she knows Sutton's heart is in the right place and she's working at doing better. Or Sutton said something very dark, in which case Crystal would never be able to forgive her. But it can't be both. That's my reasoning for why I don't think it was very dark. I also think that Crystal now got herself in over her head and she does not know how to get out of it. Okay, back to the Sutton, Crystal, and Garcelle group. Garcelle says to Crystal, you just said you were holding on to it. Do you do that a lot? Crystal said, yeah. Sutton, see, this could be why people think you're manipulative. When you hold on to something, and then Garcelle goes, it's like weaponizing. Yes, yeah, that, exactly. Ladies, Crystal doesn't know that people think she's manipulative. That conversation happened while Crystal was in the bathroom. No wonder people think you're manipulative. I'm sure Crystal's like, wait, what? Anyway, Crystal goes, manipulative is not a word that describes me. I'm holding on to it because I'm trying to internally resolve it. I don't think so. Anyway, she goes, and then it comes out when I don't expect it. Garcelle goes, and that's what's throwing people off. But I totally understand, and thank you for telling us that. Sutton goes, finally, we get to the bottom of it. In Sutton's confessional, she goes, well, in the Fancy Drew novel of The Case of Crystal, this is just like chapter 3. There is so much more, but at least we're getting somewhere. Okay, so those three are good. We're good. Because, they feel like they've had a huge breakthrough. They cracked the code of Crystal speak. All right, now we are in the cars and we are heading to the marina. In car A, we have Crystal, Diana, Rinna, Dorit, and Erica. In car B, we have Sutton, Garcelle, and Kyle. In the U-Haul trailer, we have Teddy, Bambi, and Diana's baby. You know what? I just thought of something. There might be room for Asher in that trailer, too, because he's tiny. In the back seat of car A, Rinna, Dorit, and Erica have margaritas. I mean, I don't even think they closed the door of the van before Erica said, I'm drunk, girl. I'm drunk on 2 antidepressants and an extended relief Xanax. Dorit, I love drunk Rinna and I love drunk Erica. I think it was Rinna that said she loves medicated Erica. I mean, Lexapro Erica is the best. But girl, you're adding Xanax and tequila? I know this is so mom of me, but that scares me. Okay, they arrive at the marina, and Erica can't stop saying she's lit. I am so tore up. They haven't even gotten out of the van yet. In Riz's confessional, she said, I've known Erica for 7 years. I've never seen her tipsy like this. You call that tipsy? Wow. As they're walking to the yacht, she's like leaning on Diana. Erica goes, I'm so lit. I don't know what's up. I do. You mixed Xanax with alcohol on top of 2 antidepressants. Girl. Diana, clueless, but also the friend we all need, really, at the end of the day, says, you look gorgeous. Nobody can tell. Erica, I'm gonna walk beautifully, like Diana Ross. Okay. I mean, I'm not saying Diana Ross doesn't walk beautifully. It's just a obscure reference, I think. Okay, well, after stumbling their way onto the yacht, Diana Jenkins and Diana Ross have found a couch to just kind of park themselves on. Side note, why do I feel like the motion of the water is going to be even worse for Erica? In Diana's confessional, she tells us that she loves being out on the water. Then we get a picture of the little rowboat that she charters. Kidding, it's a 197-foot super yacht. Diana goes, you can just jump in the water whenever you want, and you come out, you have a towel. I think we all know how swimming works, right? It's just the ultimate luxury, really. What? Getting out of the water and getting a towel? That's how she describes luxury? I mean, they sell beach towels at Walmart. Oh, shady Diana has arrived. She goes on to say in her confessional, but this is not a luxury yacht. It's a day boat, so, size matters when it comes to boats. Dorit, did you hear that? It's a little day boat. Okay, so Dorit says, guys, first we have a safety presentation, and then we have drinks and food. Erica, I don't need any more drinks. True, but maybe the others would like a drink. So Rinna is sitting next to Kyle and she whispers to her, she's so drunk, we have to watch her. Yeah, let's watch her. Let's keep our eyes on her. She's real drunk. Yeah, that's not good. So the captain's like, welcome on the boat. My name is Christian. We have life jackets in the back part of the boat. Erica, oh my God, I'm lit. Yeah, we know. You don't have to keep telling people. Garcelle's like, oh boy. All right. So now everyone's kind of talking at once. And Kyle kind of yells at the captain, where are the little safety floats, the rings? Erica, in the back, like he just said. Girl, I'm tore up and I heard it. I don't need Celine Dion to sing my fucking swan song. Apparently, tore up Erica really has a thing for like these superstar singers, right? Celine Dion, Diana Ross. I'm sensing a theme. I'm not sure what it is yet, but there's a couple of things are coming together. In Sutton's confessional, she tells us that in the South, we have this great dessert called mud pie. And right now, Erica is mud pie messy, and it has melted all over the plate. So the food comes out now. Erica's going to take a 10-minute nap. Wake me in 10 minutes. And she zonks out on the couch. I mean, I feel like she really should eat, but, you know, maybe a nap isn't a bad idea either. Oh, okay. Well, she's not so much sleeping as much as she is talking to us. You know, I used to have a boat. It was called the Illegal. Really? Oh, my God. It was very cool. It was what they call a yacht fisher. So we used to keep it in La Paz and like fish. Okay, hence the name. Then she goes, okay, no more, I'm done. So now Kyle comes in and she's like leaning over her. Erica still has her sunglasses on. And I don't know if Kyle was just trying to see if she was sleeping or what. But Erica turns and there's Kyle's face right over her head. She like freaks out. She's like, girl, I'm fine. Kyle goes, you're not drinking your Coke though. You need the caffeine. Does she? Is caffeine I don't know. I've heard that like when you give coffee to someone who's drunk, you just have a wide awake drunk. It doesn't really sober you up. I don't know. I think just like let her sleep. Okay, so in the very front of the boat, we have Garcelle, Sutton, and Diana. And Garcelle asks, how did you grow up, Diana? Did you have brothers and sisters? Diana, I had a brother, but he was killed in the war. And of course, they both feel bad. Sutton asks how old he was. She says 21. In her confessional, she tells us that her brother was a peacekeeping officer and he was killed in the ethnic cleansing. And at first, they couldn't even find his body. So they thought, like, they were being told maybe he was kidnapped and stuff. It sounds so horrific. And then they found his body in a ditch. And her father had to go and identify the body. Ugh. Painful story. Sutton, my dad committed suicide. When it's gone like that and you don't get to say goodbye, that's hard. Okay, in Diana's confessional, she said, all roads lead to Sutton. No matter what other people are going through, somehow she relates everything to herself. So Diana's like, oh, I'm getting too hot. I'm going to go back in. But it's because she thinks Sutton just wants to talk about Sutton. I mean, really? I don't know. She just said one thing. Oftentimes people will share when they have a similar story as a way of relating to you, you know, like to kind of say, I understand. I understand how you feel, or I understand what you went through. I went through something similar, and it's kind of a bonding thing. Yes, I know there are people in the world who are one-uppers, who will constantly bring a story back to themselves, or will, you know, oh, that happened to you? Well, this happened to me. It was even worse. I don't think that's what Sutton was doing here. I mean, she didn't go off on a tangent about her upbringing or anything. You know, maybe Diana was just feeling some kind of way because she was talking about her brother again. Maybe it stirred up some stuff for her. I'll give her the benefit of the doubt, but I don't think Sutton did anything wrong there. Oh, I guess Erica wasn't done talking to us. She's still laying on the couch inside. If I could live my life like this, just cruising around the world, I'd just be forever on this sofa. Could you serve me chocolate chip cookies for breakfast? And for lunch, I would like a salad. And for dinner, I would like a protein. I love that she's so easy. Like, dinner just has to be any protein. She's just not specific. Just give me a protein for dinner. Well, apparently all that talk about meals got Erica hungry because she said, do we have any food on this Gilligan's Island 3-hour tour? Then she's like holding 3 fingers up, waving them around. Meanwhile, above, the ladies are starting to eat. Kyle goes, I actually love seeing Erica like this. Really? I mean, listen, I like the looser, guard down Erica too, but maybe not quite so tore up. How about that? There's got to be a happy medium in there somewhere. Anyway, Kyle's like, she's having fun. She's lighter. We have never seen her like this, right? Rinna, ever have I seen her? I've known her 7 years. And I've never seen her tipsy like this. Yeah. She's just like slightly tipsy. Never seen it. It's not good. Kyle's like, she feels safe with us now. Really? You think that's it? Well, speak of the devil, coming up the stairs, we hear, wait, where is everybody? And she gets a standing ovation, round of applause. You made it. Erica's like, she rallied. I just drank a bunch of liquor and took a bunch of medication. I'm fine. Oh, is that all? I just drank a bunch of alcohol and took a bunch of medication. No worries. She's like, I'm fine. So Kyle gets up and she's like, all right, I'm done. And someone's like, are you going to go swimming? And she goes, no, I'm looking for some music to dance. Okay, so now Crystal stands up and she's pulling her dress up to take it off. She's got her bathing suit on underneath. And she goes over to Garcelle and starts to like kind of grind on her in a funny way. I mean, honestly, I've never seen Crystal this playful. I like this Crystal. Everybody's laughing. Erica, who sees this, go on, says, Crystal, if you had a choice of a threesome with 2 girls and Rob or 2 guys and Rob. So Crystal's not even a part of the last threesome. It's just 2 guys and Rob. And Crystal watches, films it. I don't know. I don't know where Crystal fits into the last scenario. Erica's like, what would you choose? Crystal goes, well, first of all, that's 4 people. Garcelle goes, 2 girls. Erica, wait, I didn't ask you, Bouvet. Garcelle goes, me, Erica, and Rob. Side note, how does Rob Minkoff get to be in every one of the choices? Because, you know, I personally might like a choice without Rob in it. But that's just me. Erica goes, oh, hey, bitch. What'd you do it, though? If Garcelle and I pull up and we said, hey, we're in an Uber. We're here to f*** you and Rob. Are you down, Crystal? Guys, this is not only Erica's best episode. I think this might be Crystal's best episode. Crystal says, what kind of Uber? Like, that's the sticking point for her. It would depend. I may or may not do you, Garcelle, and my husband. Oh, God. So good, Crystal. So Erica goes, it doesn't matter. The pussy's there. It matters to Crystal. Is this like a shared thing or is this Uber Black? I need to know. Okay, I get why Kyle wanted to dance and put music on, because these tone-deaf ladies are playing Erica Jane, Expensive to Be Me. Kyle and Dorit are very into it. They're singing every word. Sutton's like, I can't. Yeah, I get that. Which it does piss me off because that song is so fun. I feel like Tom ruined it for everybody. It's just a little too like slap in your face right now. And I blame Tom. So while this is going on, Diana just goes off by herself, jumps in the water, and immediately gets stung by a jellyfish. I mean, they just talked about that possible scenario the night before. literally, she couldn't have been in the water more than 45 seconds. So she gets back on the boat and she's like, I was stung by a jellyfish. The crew is like putting something on it. They have, I don't know, some kind of ointment for it. But Erica, with this sun hat on and with the front brim up, I can't even look at it too much. It's too much. Says to Garcelle, Garcelle, go and pee on the new girl. Okay. She calls her the new girl. Garcelle is dying. She's laughing and she's like, I'm not peeing on the new girl. Erica, do you want me to pee on her? All we can see at this point is Erica's legs. They're all over, all spread out, hung over things that, oh my God. Erica goes like, I'd probably get some fetish out of it, but I could do it. And Sutton goes, what? Erica, yeah, you heard me right. It's the best. It's the best Erica ever. Okay, so now no one really wants to get in the water because I'm obviously. In Kyle's confessional, she goes, Diana gets stung by a jellyfish. Erica's passed out cold, but it's still one of our better boat rides. This is fun. As long as I know Erica isn't dying, this is the best. She's the best. We do see a montage of past boat rides.
Go do it. Become somebody.
Don't you ever get in my face, Lisa.
Never have I ever stolen anything.
Oh, well, Diana jumps in the water again. That's how bad she doesn't want to be with these other ladies. Either that or she's swimming to like a life raft with her baby and Teddy on it. So Dorit, Rinna, and Crystal all jump in the water too. And they're out there swimming for a little bit. On the boat, Erica wakes up again. She keeps she'll give up her pearls of wisdom. She'll say something crazy. And then she'll just lay back down, put the hat over her face. And then next thing you know, she pops up to tell Garcelle to pee on the new girl. This time she wakes up and she says, I'm sorry Diana got stung by a jellyfish. That was not my intention. What? That was not my intention. Oh, it's so good. You guys know that, no matter what the episode is, I generally find something that just makes me laugh out loud. I didn't even have to look for it. This stuff was just like one gem after another. Garcelle goes, well, for somebody who's so tired, you sure do talk a lot. Erica goes, okay, fine. I would love to not try to. She's down again. Now Rinna's back. Hi, is she okay? Erica, I'm fine. Well, the others had been counting how many seconds Erica could stay quiet. They got to 10. Kyle, 10 seconds she lasted without talking. Erica, oh, f*** off. She asked if I was okay. So Diana and Crystal, I think, are still in the water. Dorit's out now. Rinna goes, Diana said she was fleeing to the shore. She probably was. She was probably estimating how far is it really? Could I possibly get off this floating prison I'm on? Anyway, after Rinna says Diana said she's swimming to the shore, Erica, well, she didn't fucking make it. Kyle, she's alive again. Sutton, I think, said, I'm a Virgo, something. Then Erica says that her mother was a Virgo and they don't get along. Sutton, my mother's a Cancer and we get along very well. I'd like to meet Reba. I didn't remember that Erica's mother's name was Reba. Another superstar singer, Reba Mcintyre. Okay, so Sutton says, I'd like to meet Reba. Erica says, no, you wouldn't. Reba be handing it to you cold. Am I right or am I right? Sutton's like, you're harsh. Erica, we were brought up in the South. And I think Sutton might back me up on this. It's not cuddly and cozy. Sutton goes, yeah. Erica, we're steel magnolias. Sutton goes, yeah, when my father died, my mom was just like. Then we get to see a flashback of Sutton's crying and she's trying to ask her, don't you miss Dad? And her mother goes, no. I remember that. She's like, my relationship with him was different, which I also get. So Sutton and Erica bond over being Georgia girls. Erica, we're just agricultural people that didn't have a chance. Garcelle goes, it's cultural. Erica, yeah, it's cultural. we're from a farming state where, like, agriculture was our thing. We didn't have textiles or something like that. Oh, God. This is just, it's almost like too good to be true. What in her brain? Would you ever think that, like, when all her inhibitions are down, like Erica, her brain would be going to stuff like this? In Garcelle's confessional, she's like, I have no idea what Erica's talking about at this point. Erica. So if you didn't work, you didn't get paid. I mean, everyone laughs. Erica goes back to sleep. And then the whole screen, like, goes black and comes back again and goes black, almost like we are Erica, with our eyes just kind of opening, closing, opening and closing. And, you know, we see these different scenes every time our eyes open. Like, you know, I don't know, the girls will be dancing and then something else is happening. And then finally, the eyes slowly open, where Sutton is gently, like, shaking her, like, Erica, we're here. It's very Wizard of Oz-ish in a way. So the boat trip is over. They all gather their things, get off the boat. Nothing's left on the boat but Erica's spray tan on the couch cushions. Okay, we have an everyone getting ready for dinner montage now. Garcelle and Sutton FaceTime about Erica that afternoon on the boat. And they are somewhat concerned about her mixing meds and alcohol. I have a feeling it's that slow release Xanax that was kicking in. Okay, looks like Erica's having a quick photo shoot out front before they head to the restaurant. While the ladies who are ready are waiting for the other ladies to finish getting ready, they go to the hotel bar and they're sitting there. And Rinna tells Garcelle that Erica doesn't remember anything about the boat ride. Rinna goes, she asked me, did I sleep the whole time? Wait till she sees this back. Such a delight. And then Erica, we get her confessional, and she says, do I remember myself sitting on that couch? What can I say? It wasn't a great day. Oh, it was a great day. You are wrong. That was the best version of you. You were amazing on that boat. Although I don't want you to be mixing alcohol and medicine. This is so conflicting for me, you guys. In her words, she drank a bunch of alcohol and she took a bunch of medication. I don't want her to risk her life, but also it was the very best version of herself I've ever seen. For the record, my entertainment doesn't come before her health. Or does it? Okay, the ladies hop in 2 vans in a trailer and head to the restaurant. I'm just happy that they're leaving the premises and eating somewhere else. When they all sit down at the table and order drinks, Erica too, by the way, Garcelle announces that she's inviting everyone there at the table to her house next week. She's celebrating her birthday. She goes, no gifts necessary. I just want everybody to come and have fun and dance. And Kyle jokes, no gifts necessary, but very welcome. Erica, and if you don't bring one, I'm going to notice. Everyone's laughing except Sutton. I mean, this is all referencing Garcelle's birthday party at Rinna's house when ugly leather pants, that whole thing. But do you guys remember that Sutton was the only one who didn't have a gift? Because they had talked about nobody bringing a gift. I think it was a surprise for Garcelle, yeah. And the other ladies said, nah, no gifts. And so Sutton didn't. And then she was the only one who didn't. Yeah. Well, that's what all this is. In her confessional, Sutton goes, I'm going to start calling her can opener. I guess because she opens can of worms. I don't know. And she goes, yeah, in fact, for her next birthday, I'm going to buy her a can opener, but like a real fancy one. Okay, so Rinna says, well, can you all dance in my honor? Because I won't be able to be there. I'm going to be in New York with Harry for his Hot Zone premiere. Okay, I guess Harry is playing Tom Brokaw in a movie or a series, I don't know, called Hot Zone Anthrax Edition. No, I don't know. So yeah, she's not going to be there. Garcelle. Oh, well, Denise is going to be there. Yeah, Denise fucking Richards. So she goes, Denise is going to be at my party. I can't believe you're not going to be there. So Rinna goes, I'm happy she's coming. Yeah, I'm real happy. I hope you have a great time. I really do. I really mean it. I hope they have a great time. Then we get one of my favorite flashbacks ever. Oh, you're so angry. It was Rinna at her most Disney villain evil. And Rinna's confessional, she makes a very good point. She said, it's interesting that she's telling me now that Denise King Richards is going to be there, since she knows I won't be there. I wonder if I was coming, if I would have been told Denise was going to be there. I guess we'll never know. Anyway, at the table, Rinna said, you know what? I actually did reach out to Denise a few months ago. I did, yeah. And Garcelle goes, oh, you did? Well, why wouldn't you lead with this? Erica, because it didn't end good. Oh, okay. So she must have told Erica. Rinna says that she sent Denise King Richards a text saying she wanted to apologize for how she behaved. Flashback to the reunion.
I wasn't the one that kept bringing it up every single dinner.
Yes,
like,
you
oh,
were.
you guys keep acting like
Exciting. That's what I have to say about all this bullshit. Good job, Denise. Good job.
Anyway, Rinna says she texted me back and it was a nice moment. It was a nice moment. Garcelle goes, oh, that's great. Dorit, did she receive the text well? Rinna, she did. Yeah, she did. Didn't Erica say it didn't go well? I seem to remember that because it happened 41 seconds ago. Kyle goes, and you feel better after reaching out to her? Rinna, of course. At Garcelle's confessional, she goes, I'm texting Denise right now. I'm going to ask her if she heard from Lisa. I'm not saying Lisa's lying. We're still in her confessional, and then you hear a ding on her phone. Denise responded, when? Garcelle's laughing. I mean, that's weird. So I don't know what to believe. Either A, she didn't reach out to her at all. B, she reached out to her and it didn't go well. Or C, she reached out to her and it went very well. She accepted her apology. In the comments below, just put A, B, or C. What do you believe? Okay, the ladies are ordering their food now. There's a lot of small talk going on. Diana, we learn, has never been on a girls' trip before. And she says, but I feel very welcome and loved by the ladies. I think it was Garcelle that goes, well, some of us anyway. Diana blames the moon eclipse from the night before for her little meltdown. She says to the ladies, but apart from that, I think you all are spectacular. Garcelle's confessional. Garcelle hates BS. She hates that phony baloney stuff. Hates it. So in her confessional, she goes, Diana calling us all spectacular is such BS. She'd rather get stung by a jellyfish than talk to us. Oh, Garcelle. She gets it all out on the table. I will say that. Now she says, I did think that you didn't want to talk about your book, though. Yeah. It felt a little rude to me because Dorit was trying to find out more about you. This is Diana's answer. I mean, after we all know, because in her confessional last week, she told us the whole story that the book backfired on her and everybody thought it was just a book of like call girls and clients. A catalog, if you will. So we all know that. But instead of sharing that at the table, she says, I just get very uncomfortable about writing. Well, I mean, nobody's asking you to write on the spot. I guess she's basically saying she doesn't like to toot her own horn. In Diana's confessional, she said, the thing is, Garcelle, you are the most unwelcoming. I've tried to break the wall and it doesn't quite work. It is Garcelle who is missing out on friendship. What are you talking about? Garcelle was just asking you about your upbringing. Do you have any siblings? I mean, I think Garcelle seems very engaged with Diana and curious and asking questions. I mean, look, I get that she wasn't happy that Garcelle just brought the book up again. I have to remember that sometimes these confessionals, because they're filmed after, that there may be something coming up in the future between Garcelle and Diana. I think maybe the very near future, but we'll get to that. So everyone's just, having conversation, getting along. It seems like Crystal's passing food down to the other end of the table because they've got too much over there, and it's calamari. And Erica says that she used to tell her son when he was little that calamari was chicken with a hole in it. And then they start, I think it's, Garcelle said, isn't it like testicles or And Kyle goes, tentacles. And then Crystal goes, speaking of testicles, how about that guy earlier today? So on the boat next to the ladies' boat, they were like waving to them and stuff. And this guy pulled down his pants. And I guess that reminds Sutton that she has a date when they get back home. So again, Sutton sitting right next to Erica at the dinner table. She's really just kind of telling Erica that she has a date. And then the two of them are like all chummy, checking him out on Bumble. Heads are together. She's showing Erica what the guy looks like. All the others at the table are looking over like, you know, these two are on a first date or something. Oh, look at them together. Dorit's like, you know, this trip, like some people made small steps. And she's referring to Sutton and Erica goes, listen, nice moments are nice moments. Sutton and I still have a lot to work out. They both agree that they're being pleasant to one another so as not to ruin the trip for everybody else, particularly Dorit, who needed the trip to, you know, as a getaway, and Rinna, who just lost her mom. Sutton tells us in her confessional that she says, I'm not scared of Erica. And I think that scares Erica. Maybe. I just don't really get the feeling that either of them are afraid of each other. We have one last toast to Lois. And Rinna, who feels the need to stand up while she's saying this, thanks everybody for making her feel safe and like she made the right decision to come on the trip. And then everybody thanks Dorit for putting the trip together. Then Dorit gives one of her patented very long speeches. Bravo's giving us that, like, where things fade in and out, or showing kind of the passage of time, making it seem like Dorit's been speaking for hours and hours. But the evening ends on a high note. When they get back to the hotel, Kyle, Dorit, and Diana decide to go to the lobby and have a nightcap. The others all just went to bed. They end up talking about Sutton and Crystal. And Dorit's like, I saw them walking arm in arm. Kyle goes, yeah, it's either black or white with Sutton. I mean, look at what happened with Sutton and you, she says to Diana. The way she spoke to you really threw you off. Diana, because I was trying to help. Stop saying that. Like, that narrative needs to stop. The more she says I was trying to help, the more she gets everybody to believe that that's what she was doing. And that's not what happened. She was trying to help, all right. She was trying to help Crystal, not help diffuse the situation, not help Sutton and Crystal, you know, come back to being friends again. She was defending Crystal. And that's fine. Crystal's her friend. I don't care. She doesn't like Sutton. That's fine. She can defend Crystal. That's her prerogative. Just don't package it like you were just trying to help and Sutton attacked you for no reason. Kyle and Dorit feel like Sutton was extremely reactive and that, you know, she took it out on Diana and it was not Diana's fault because, you know, Diana was just trying to help. Diana, the problem is that she is so full of contradictions. She is a vegetarian, but she eats bacon. Oh, geez, would you let that go? I didn't even know Sutton was a vegetarian. So it's not like she's constantly talking about it or, well, I'm better than you because I don't eat meat. And then you catch her with bacon. Oh, God, that was like how they caught Bad Vegan. Whatever. Sutton said she was a vegetarian, and every once in a while she has bacon. I mean, who cares? I feel like Diana is acting like that speaks to her character somehow. I disagree. Diana talks about their first conversation that she had with just Sutton, because that's where Sutton said that she doesn't like yelling. And then, of course, she yelled at Diana. So that's one thing. But what Diana says is, I told Sutton she gets to do this once. Sutton's reply was, well, with these ladies, you're going to have to give them multiple chances. And they kind of laughed. Okay, I told her, you only get to once. And Kyle goes, oh, like, we could have been friends, but now you blew it. Diana, sort of. In Dorit's confessional, we find out that she respects Diana because she doesn't let anyone push her around. Then Diana tells them that Sutton could have gotten headbutted, you know? But I'm working on myself. Okay, good. Okay, it is the last morning in paradise, and the ladies are packing up their rooms and heading to the PJ. While Garcelle is taking pictures of Kyle out in front of the plane, Sutton boards the plane and she asks Diana if they are sitting like in any certain way and I thought this was Diana that said, anywhere you want. Sutton says, is it all right if I sit with y'all? Diana, how we were sitting before. Sutton, okay, I'll go sit over there. Diana, this is how we sat before, I think. Okay, then don't tell her she can sit anywhere and then tell her, but not here. She can't sit at the Mean Girls table. So now Sutton is like behind them, sitting across from Garcelle. And she must have told her because Garcelle's like, well, tell me exactly what was said. Sutton, I said, can I sit with y'all? And she said, go to your original seat. Garcelle, I'm sorry. That's rude. Then we see the Mean Girl table and it's Diana and Crystal across from Kyle and Rinna. Sutton goes, I could get my own plane. Garcelle, yes, you could. Sutton, and if I did, I wouldn't tell you where to sit. Garcelle goes, listen, if you sent her flowers to say thank you for using her plane, you don't have to add my name. Sutton goes, I'm not going to do that. Garcelle, okay, thank you. And that's where this episode ends. So this is why I think that like next week is Garcelle's birthday party. And you know, I think Garcelle is feeling a little mad at Diana right now. So, yeah, something could go down with them. It should be good. I guess we'll see next week. All right, I hope you guys join me then. If you liked this recap, please give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, Jill Informed, then please consider doing so. All those things have an effect on the algorithm with YouTube. I would appreciate it very much. Also, if you guys are Amazon shoppers from July 4th to July 24th, Amazon associates like myself will get an increased commission based on your purchases. If you purchase anything in kitchen, luggage, personal care appliances, home improvement, beauty, or electronics, you could buy whatever you were gonna buy, and I get a small commission. Again, from July 4th to the 24th, they're increasing our commission. That also covers Amazon Prime Days, which I believe are July 11th to 13th or 12th, 13th, something like that. So that would help me out greatly. Again, just if you're doing it, you don't have to do anything special or buy anything you weren't going to buy anyway. If you go through one of my links below, then I will get credit. So thank you so much for that in advance. All right, guys, I will be back next week with the next recap of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I hope you join me. I love you guys. I'll see you next week. Bye. We're all about agriculture. I'm a steel magnolia. I work an honest day for honest pay. And agriculture. Not like textiles or anything like that. So. Can I get some chocolate chip cookies for breakfast?